Hey guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. We are doing 6.2.5 Mutant Gate today. I haven't posted in about 3 weeks now. I just had a newborn and he is taking away all my time, but hey, I managed to sneak in one video, so let's get into it. Before we do guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, you like the video and you comment down below. All of that really helps me out a lot and pushes me to do more of these videos. After this, we will jump into 6.2.6 gated parts and then we will finish with 6.2 and then we will be starting 6.31. So stay tuned guys. So the planning for this part is pretty straightforward. You can use any mutant champions you like. I'm going to be using Archangel and Colossus, Iceman and then Quake. This path has a lot of key fights, so we will go through them one by one once we get there. So I will also have Omega Red, but he is not very high sig, so I'll be just using him only for synergy with Colossus. So the first fight is going to be against an Aegon who has Rising combo and Energize 1. Also, if the global node for the whole path is going to be Do Not Go Gentle. If you're unfamiliar with the node, it's for every 5 hits you land on your opponent, you get a charge on you that can be only dispelled either by a heavy hit or by an intercept. If you intercept, you're able to dispel 2 charges. If you use an heavy, then you can dispel only 1. But if you still have charges by the time his defender is about to die, that explodes on you and gives you damage. So for this fight, as you see, I just use a rank 5 Archangel and I just use neurotoxins. The key to that fight is to make sure that you kill him off very quick, because if you delay the fight, his combo meter goes up and then he gives you a lot of block damage. Next fight is against a Blade. Now this Blade has aggressive regen and also he is stun immune. So what you have to do with him is to make sure that you keep hitting him and you keep his regen down. Or else you can use any heal blockers, or you can also use any heal reverse. So some alternative champions here are Archangel, and you can use a Void as well. Void, you can also use him against 2 or more fights on this section, especially against the boss. So Void might be a better option for you for your 5th champion if you don't have another champion, so that can work as well. And also you can use an Emma Frost with L2 power boost and just spam your L2s on him. So yeah, it's entirely your choice. What I'm trying to do here is whenever Blade charges a heavy, I just swipe back twice and I use my heavy, and I'm just saving an L3 for the end so I can intercept him, and by the time he's below the 20% health, I will use my L3, so it's a guaranteed kill. That's my choice that I took him, and also the synergy with Omega Red is really helping. For every armor stack I have, I get plus 2% damage because of Omega Red synergy, so he makes it easier to kill off Blade. For your masteries guys, it's your choice if you want to run it or not. So the reason I'm running Suicide Masteries here is because I'll be using Quake to bring down the boss, and Quake does really well and I won't have to use any specials. But if you're going to use a champion, somebody like Doom, another champion that has to use specials on the boss, then do not use your suicides. So make sure you check that out, and apart from that, it's an easy setup. Next fight is against a Taskmaster who has close encounters, so the further you stay away from him, the more damage you get, and the nearer you are, you get regen. So you can either use somebody who has power control, or you can use somebody like Rogue, who will also have lifesteal and power control. Rogue will be amazing for this fight. Or you can use an Omega Red as well. I prefer to go with Colossus for this fight because he's super tanky, and also with the synergy with Omega Red, he hits really hard. So all I'm trying to do is to swipe back and wait for him to come in. I parry him and then I use my heavy. I'll save my L3 for the end of the fight. So as soon as he goes down 20% health, I will use my L3 when I don't have any charges from the global node, so I don't get damage and he will die quickly. Next fight is against a Night Thrasher. This is the most simple fight of all of this section. Simply you need to bring any mutant champion or any champion for that matter and just parry and heavy him. You just need to be careful because his incinerates are enhanced, so Colossus works perfectly here because his heavy hits will dispel the charges from the global node, and also if ever you get hit by any specials, the incinerate won't affect you because you are incinerate immune. I've also done this fight using an Archangel, and I've also done this fight using Quake as well. So it's entirely your choice. Also guys, if you haven't checked out my channel, make sure to check my channel out. I have video guides for 5.3, 5.4, 6.1, and we're about to finish 6.2. And I do plan on doing 6.3 and 6.4 along with variants eventually. And also I do some PDF guides for the community. So make sure to check out my channel, and if you like it, share it, subscribe it. All of that really helps me out a lot. And then we have a fight against Kingpin, the pinball. Now it's a bit of an annoying fight because he shrug off a lot of your debuffs. So what I do, I try to fight him like a stun immune. So all you do is, if you're gonna parry him, wait for him to see if the parry will stick. If not, then you can just play him like a stun immune. Wait for him to come in and then use his heavy. And as soon as he uses his heavy, you can swipe back and you can hit him. One thing that I'm using Archangel, he is really good for this fight, but you will notice that once he has a little bit of bleeds on him, I will try to block him. So once he hits me, he gets some poisons, and then I can convert them to neurotoxin right there, and then a heavy charge. Now, if we have another champion, he can be really annoying, but Rogue can work really well against him. And any champion, for example Emma Frost, can work really well against him because she will go into diamond form and she can take a lot of block damage, because he does have a lot of block damage when Kingpin, when he tries to hit you. So it's more of a patient fight and a smart fight than more of a brute force one. So you just need to make sure that when he shrugs off debuff, you're ready to block or retaliate. Otherwise he will just hit you, and he also has a node that is stun. So when he hits you, he has a chance of stunning you as well. So he will kill you off very quickly before you know it. So you need to play very calmly and carefully. So right here, I have an L3 with me. He was down to 5% health, so I just used my L3 to kill him off. Archangel is amazing for 6.2.5, not only for this path, for the all other paths as well. And he's also useful in some other content and in the monthly EQ. So if you have an Archangel, I would really suggest to take him to rank 5 because he just does amazing. Next fight is going to be against a poison and a debuff immune Masacre. Now with him, it's the most annoying fight and it's a long fight, partly because I don't have the best champion for him. I truly believe that a rogue will work amazing here, or even an Omega Ret will work with a high sig. But because I have Iceman, so I have to go with Iceman, and I have also Suicide Mastery, so I'm getting a damage every time I use a special. So I think if you have a rogue, she would be amazing because you can constantly drain his power with an L2, and then because of her sig ability, you're able to shrug off the poison very quick, and then you can use a L1 to get some health back as well. She can do this fight way quicker. That was a long, annoying, and boring fight, but hey, we finally got him down, and that is the only fight I brought Iceman for, so I won't be needing Iceman anymore, so we won't be using any units or any items. Next one is Thor Ragnarok with a buffet node, so you need someone that can do a heal block as well, and also can use a special or has a chance to block the global node as well. There is no one better than Archangel, and he does not have limber, so all you need to do is to parry and use your heavy. You can do the same with Colossus as well, but with Colossus, the constant armor ups will give him buffet region and it will become a nightmare of a fight. So, what I would suggest if you're going to use Colossus, just use an L2 boost and try to power him down as quick as possible. Same with Rogue and same with the other champions that I have mentioned that you could use. Next fight is going to be against a Punisher. Now this Punisher is really annoying. He has Energize too, so he gains power very quickly, and then he has Vigor. So every 20 seconds, if you do not take off 25% health from him, he will get a regen buff that will heal him up. So, and also he gets to his L3s very quick. So the only champion I could find that could reliably solo him was Quake. You can use the dex and evade method that I am using without using any parries, and you can bring him down. It does need quite a lot of practice, but the good news is you can also use dex and parry, but it will cost you might be a couple of revives or maybe 3 revives depending how good your run goes. Because what you can do is you can bring him down to 30%, 40%, and then you might cost your revive because he has limber. So you cannot just keep parrying him again and again. His stun timings will go shorter. Apart from Quake, I think Rogue can work as well. I haven't tested it, but I think with her L2, she gains power back, so she can keep his power in check and also kill him off really quick. And if you get hit by a special 1 or a special 2 or even a special 3, she has the ability to remove the bleeds very quickly. So I think Rogue would be a good choice as well for this fight. You might also use Iceman, but Iceman becomes a little impractical because the timing required for his armor to come up will not match on how fast Punisher will gain his L3, so it might become a little tricky. But if you have a Quake, she is the best option. Otherwise, you might have to use a bit of revives with some other champions that I've mentioned. Apart from that, guys, if you find any of the counters to this Punisher, make sure to write them down in the comments down below. I would love to hear them, because when I was thinking and planning about this part, the only champion that keep coming back to my mind was Quake and Rogue. I could not think about a single champion that would do a counter for this. Yes, you could use magic, you can even use a doom here, but then there are two troubles with them, that you get a lot of do not gentle charges and the power control has to be very precise, otherwise he just reaches his L3. So if you have any other counters, please let me know. I would love to hear about them. And then finally we go to the boss, that is going to be a Mordo with do not go gentle, recovery, special delivery and a lot of different nodes. But hey, like most of our community, if you have a difficult champ, just slap a Quake on him. So in the previous videos I've used Doom against him, so I've shown you how to use the specials and use his rotations. With Quake it's a very simple solution. Because he does not have any limber, you can simply just heavy and parry, but just you need to be careful about the timing on his power gain. So make sure that you have concussions up, and all you need to do is to heavy and parry. Little patience is required to all the time stun him, because the stun will also reduce his chance to get a power gain if you have the masteries right. So yeah, once you have the timing down and you start working on it, it's very easy to bring this Mordo down with a Quake. And if sometimes the power gain just creeps in, you just try to bait his heavy, and as soon as he uses his heavy, you use a light attack, just tap the screen and just go back into heavy again. So that works out as well. And you will see that Mordo will melt away. If you need more info on how to bring him down, there's a really cool video by our fellow YouTuber Munash. You can look him up. I will leave his video link in the comments down below and in the description. Make sure to check it out. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and you found it useful. If you did, guys, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Leave comments down below. All of that really helps me out a lot. I will try to come up with a video quicker so I can finally finish 6.2. With a baby, it gets kind of tough, but I will do my best to finish off 6.2 in the upcoming week so we can all start with 6.3. Apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day and I'll see you next time.